I'm going to be very honest in this episode. I cannot stand baseball. I cannot stand baseball. Like, people complain about golf being boring. Baseball is so fucking boring. It is so boring. In my opinion, it's not even close. Because at least with golf, there's downtime. There's downtime. But in baseball, there's always something happening. There's always pitching, you know? There's always pitches going on. But even when stuff is going on in baseball, it's very boring unless, you get some decent hits. You know, you get a couple singles, you get a couple triples, you get a couple homers. But unless that happens, it's just incredibly boring. And like I said, people shit on golf. But yeah, golf is boring, but golf has like character to it. Golf is supposed to be like a refined, I don't even know if you would call it a sport. It's like a refined activity. It's meant to be boring. It's like fishing. Fishing is supposed to be boring. But baseball pretends it's not boring. And that's where I have a problem with it. Because it is. It's incredibly boring. Now, my problem with baseball is it's too long. 9 innings. 9. They should cut it down to 5. Not only that, but I just could never, ever get invested into baseball. I can name you football players. I can name you basketball players. I can name you like other Olympic athletes. I couldn't name you a current playing baseball player. Except for like Shohei Ohtani. That's it. That's the only one I can name. It is just not my thing. Now, I do respect the culture of baseball. And I don't necessarily mean like the American culture, but that does play a big part in it. I'm more talking about like the hot dog and you enjoy a hot dog and you enjoy a beer at a baseball game. You take your son to the baseball game. You know what I'm saying? You get him a root beer, you get yourself a beer. So I do enjoy that. That would be, if I were to go to a baseball game, God forbid if I were to find myself at a baseball game, I would have to be surrounded by friends and I would have to be hammered. And that is the only way I could enjoy the game. Now, when I was younger, I went to several baseball games pretty frequently, or not frequently, but I would say probably 3 games a year, which I feel like is more than most people. Some people have never been to a baseball game. But when I was young, it was fun to go to the game because you wouldn't watch the game. The entire stadium was just one big playground. You can go hang out in like the grass, like the outfield area. You can go just run around the stadium. You can go, just hop between seats and stuff because my stadium was never full ever. No one cared about, the team that was playing. But the fun part about going to a baseball game was ignoring the baseball game. And I feel like if I were to go to a baseball game today, unless the game was very, very close, very, very intense, 2 really, really good teams competing, I would just be miserable. Drinking, $15 beers and just absolutely miserable. Not only that, but, my baseball stadium, it's downtown. So the parking is shit. When you get out of the game, it's just the traffic is terrible. There's no benefits to a baseball game. If I'm going to, wait in traffic and pay overpriced for food and pay overpriced for the ticket, I'm going to go to a sports game that I actually want to watch. I'm going to go to basketball. I'm going to go to football. I'm going to go see like a UFC fight or something. Something that's actually entertaining. But baseball is none of that. And this is what really, okay, hold on. This is where baseball really grinds my gears. Because they have the same pricing as the actual enjoyable sports. The food is so expensive. The drinks are so expensive. The ticket is so expensive. But the experience is so shit. Yes, if you go to a football game, you're going to be paying $15 for a beer. But football is entertaining to watch. Soccer is entertaining to watch. Basketball is entertaining to watch. Yes, you're paying $15 for a beer, but you're enjoying yourself. And baseball thinks it can charge the same amount of money? What crack is baseball smoking? Baseball doesn't deserve $5 for a beer. The ticket should be free, the beer should be $2 a pint, and the food should be high quality and $5 a meal. That's how you get people to enjoy baseball. You cannot enjoy baseball sober. You cannot enjoy baseball by yourself. Does that make sense? And that's why if I had to watch baseball, I would just watch it from home because at least I can do other stuff at home. But then again, I would also never watch baseball from home. I watch baseball about once a year. When I'm flipping through the channels and I see the World Series on, I'll just keep a mental note of who's winning and how many games each team has won. And then like a couple days later, I'll see like, oh, this team won the World Series. And I'll be like, okay, that's my yearly baseball experience. I have not watched a full game of baseball in probably 15 years or more. Yeah. And like I mentioned at the beginning of this episode, people shit on golf. And I think that's fair. Like, golf is boring, but it's supposed to be. That's the thing. It's supposed to be. And yes, if you go to golf, you're going to be overpaying for all that shit, especially if you go to like a resort or something. Yeah, you're going to be overpaying for everything, but it's supposed to be boring. It's supposed to be very slow paced, almost relaxing in a way. Baseball is supposed to be like this, high octane, oh, the world champion, the World Series. No one cares. No one gives a shit. No one. The only people who care about baseball are people who play baseball, like the people who played baseball in high school or college, or the really, really old people when that was the only sport to watch. Like my grandfather. And this is what's even crazy. Baseball is boring to watch in person. It is boring to watch on TV. But old people used to listen to that shit on the radio. My God. My God. You know how people play like rain noises to sleep? Just listen to a baseball game. Just listen to a baseball game. Just listen to a baseball game on the radio and you will be out like a light. Okay, so let me know down in the comments what you think. If you think baseball fucking sucks, like I do. If you think it's boring, like I do, let me know. If you love baseball, I am not going to shit on you. This is your, everyone loves their own different things. I'm just saying this is my show. This is my show, and I don't like baseball. So my show doesn't like baseball. Now, maybe I will change my mind, but I just don't even know if I could ever go to another baseball game. It would have to be like, the stars would have to align. I would have to have like free tickets and just like the best dream team squad ever in order for me to enjoy it. Like, it would literally have to be like the stars would have to align for me to enjoy baseball. I appreciate you listening to this, especially you baseball fans. I'm sure I really pissed you off. So thank you, and I will see you tomorrow.